Okay, so this is probably the last video for tonight because I'm falling sleepy and I think it was that rush of caffeine that I had. Anyway, this is probably also the last intermediate video list of verbs that I'll make just to compensate for the first video because I know the first video was jacked up and all. Anyway, so let's get started because I've got some explaining to do here. So the first verb is lunod. Lunod means to sink, like something to sink, a ship to sink, or an island that sinks when the tide comes in. Lumos means to drown, like drown, you can drown yourself, right? Drown in the river. So lunod, lumos. But lutao is the opposite. Lutao is to float, something that's gonna float. Lutao, right? It's gonna float, lutao. Gilok means to tickle. Gilok, right? To tickle, tickle, tickle. Gilok. Tok means to knock, like knock on the door or knock on using whatever knocking sound, just to knock. Tago means to hide. You can hide yourself, hide anything, hide an object, hide, just to hide. Kalot means to dig. Kalot, like to dig. I don't know, just to dig in the dirt, dig whatever you want, dig. Lubong means to bury. It's like to bury something. So like it's like the opposite of kalot. Okay, to dig, to bury, like to bury a dead body, lubong, right? Or to go to the funeral because there's someone getting buried. Order is order is order. Order is order. To order something at a restaurant. Decisión is to make a decision, to make decisions, right? Declarar is to declare. Tigum is to collect or gather. For example, like if you want to save money, you're gonna collect money, right? You're gonna save money. Tigum o cuarta, to save money or to gather money. Tigum, to collect, gather. Utang means to owe somebody, or to have debt or something, to owe, right? You owe somebody or somebody owes you something, to owe. Andar means to run, to start, or to run a something electrical, something mechanical or electrical. So you like if the refrigerator is running, or if, especially with vehicles, like if your car is running, andar is like to run, or to to be functional. There you go. To be functional with electrical and mechanical objects. Responde is to respond. It's similar to tubag, which means to answer, right? Tubag is to answer, and responde is to respond. I see this a lot actually in the news. Mi responde, blah blah blah. Mi responde. I see that a lot in the news. Palakpak means to clap. All right, that's why we get the word palakpakan, which means applause, right? To clap your hands, right? Clap. Palakpak. Descubre means to discover. Descubre. Paak means to bite. There you go. Man, I'm falling sleepy. But paak means to bite. Notice the P there, right? The P, hint, hint. Dugang means to add or to increase, right? To add. So if you have, I don't know, if you have something, you're going to add more of that thing, more of something. Just you're going to keep adding and adding more, or increasing the quantity of it. Okay? Tanom means to plant, right? You're going to plant plants outside. Tanom, right? If you have a garden, tanom, you're going to plant plants. Guba means to destroy, to make something, to ruin something, to wreck something, to make it unusable. Guba, right? It's similar to daot. Okay. Tingala is like to wonder, like wondering, or to be not in shock, but like to be confused, not confused, but bewildered, wonder and wondering. You're kind of like, huh? Wow, what's going on? Huh? It's kind of that kind of that kind of expression. I don't know if there's a direct English word for it, but to wonder, to be bewildered, to be, I guess, intrigued. I don't know, but tingala has that kind of connotation. Um, Huyop means to blow, like to blow air, not the other blow. You nasty people, get your head out of the gutter. But huyop means to blow air, or like if the wind is blowing, or for example, you can blow out a candle on a birthday, or if papers are flying because the wind blew it, like to blow. Not the other dirty blow, you dirty people. So, bantay means to watch over, to care for, to beware. So to beware about yourself. Like if you were given a warning, bantay, bantay. Or if you're going to be watching children, for example, bantay, you're going to watch over to care for them. Espia means to spy, like to spy on something or someone or whatever you want to spy. Espia. Aproba means to approve. Aproba. And this last column has like similar verbs I want to talk about, especially with these last ones, okay? So, ooh, that's not good. This is why I need a new way of, anyway, so I'm not wasting time. Tulo means to drip. Tulot means to drip, and tabid means like what's trickle down, like trickling fluids. So tulot means like if it's dripping, you're carrying something, for example, that has fluids, and it's slowly like dripping, drip, 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 right? Tulot, right? It has that meaning. Tulot means to drip, but tabid means like something that's trickling down. So if you have like a little stream, like if you're carrying something and it's not dripping anymore, it's just leaking, trickling water. It's leaking out like water at a faster rate, leaking, trickling down. That's tabid, tabid. Tulo is like a steady drip, like dripping. If a rain is dripping down from a ceiling or something like that, a fluid or some sort of liquid that's dripping. But tabid is like, okay, that's like dribbling down, and it's dripping but at a trickling rate. Okay. Sil-it and sil-ip, they're similar, okay? They're very, very similar. I'll talk about sil-ip with the pa, right? Sil-ip, right? Sil-ip means to peek at something, or to peep, or to peek at something or an object or at someone. To peep or to peek, all right? Like let's say there's an opening somewhere, and then you're spying on someone, you're peeping on them, seeing what they're doing, or seeing what something is going on, seeing an event, right? Sil-it, however, sil-it means that something is made shown. Like I can see something popping out. Something popping out. Like for example, money out of a pocket. Like I can see, I can see it popping out in that sense. Sil-it is like, okay, something is being shown now. And it's kind of like not, I guess it's obvious, I guess, or can or cannot be obvious, so it just depends, but it's there, like you can see something popping out in view, in your own view, versus silip, which is you peeking and peeping. So they're kind of similar in that sense. And finally, the last two, ambi and abe. Okay, so ambi is an expression that we like to say, hand it over to me, or to pass something to me, pass it over, let me see, let me have a look, right? So that's ambi, and it means to just have a look, or hand it over and let me see it, or let me take a look, or let me try it out, kind of a deal, right? Ambi. Aber and abe means something similar too. So aber or abe, it just depends. Actually, I say aber a lot. My mom says either or, abe, or abe. When you're asking for someone to give you something, or let's see something, aber daw, abe, hand it over, we'll see, let me see it, okay? Versus ambi, like, okay, let me take a look. So they're similar, almost similar, right? Aber, let's see it. Let's see. Okay, let's have a see. Let me see. Ambi, it's like, okay, let me have a look at this. Let me take a look. Let's try it out. Let's see what this is about. Okay? So they're kind of similar. They can mean this almost the same thing. Pass it on to me, hand it over to me, right? A bit, let me see it. Right? So hopefully this can compensate for that first video. And I hope this helped you a lot.